Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, that 40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these, way less than that. And a good number of these you can find at your local rack store, just like the one I got for you guys here today. I found at my local TJ Maxx. And I'm talking about MIIM MIIC number 43. I guess is what it's called. Compound, a blend of smoky vanilla wood. So you see this brand all the time at the rack store. It's in a cylindrical shape, usually locked up in the women's section, kind of the same shape bottle as like a Perry Ellis 360 style thing, but they're always in the women's section. They're pretty unisex for the most part, and they are proud to say they are 20% oil-based concentration, and talking about how long they last and stuff like that. So when I saw this sitting in the men's section, I didn't even see the name at first. I just saw the shape of the bottle, and I was like, oh, it's probably another eau de cologne. Let me just look, and I saw eau de parfum, and I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And I liked the sound of a blend of smoky vanilla wood, and then I saw MIIM MIIC. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we're batting 1,000 here. So I sprayed it on my hand. And let me just go over the notes that I feel like are in this thing before I tell you what it reminds me of. So, vanilla, obviously, I was expecting vanilla, and vanilla is what I got. Smoky wood, a little bit. It was more spicy, cinnamon, cacao, tobacco, vanilla kind of a thing. And if that sounds familiar at all, it's because it smelled a lot like my Maison Alhambre's Tobacco Touch or Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. The difference being is it's not quite as spicy, but it still has some of that spicy elements in there. It's more like, I wouldn't say smoother, but the spices are just a bit more reserved. This thing is a Christmas time, nighttime, going out, even like at a bar or something like that. This thing would, but it's sophisticated enough that it can be dressed up a little bit. But for the most part, this is a evening, cool weather type of a fragrance. I only wore this thing tonight. I sprayed it on my hand. And about 2 hours later, before I tried to wash it off in the shower, it was still pumping off my hand hard. Usually I like to wear a fragrance like 3 times before I review it. I've got several other fragrances I want to review that I'm spending time with. Some of them are quite good, but I wanted to get this one out there because right now, this thing is chilling at like a 7.5, quite possibly an 8 out of 10. Quite possibly an 8 out of 10. For now, it's a 7.5. And you know me, 7 is when you're getting into that gem territory. If you see this thing, you just want to smell it. At least smell it. To me, it didn't morph a whole lot from the opening to the dry down. It pretty much maintained true through and through. The spice was still there. The creamy vanilla was still there. All the tobacco and the rich kind of sweetness was all there from top to bottom. Now, like I said, it was only about 2.5 hours before I took a shower, and then when I was done, I could still smell it on my wrist. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this is a performer because, it was blasting me in the face pretty good. I put one good spray on my wrist, drove home, and it was hitting me the whole time. I just kept on smelling it. If you know what Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille smells like and you're looking for a cheap alternative to that, this is really going to do the job, and it's going to do it really well. The quality isn't, of course, it's not as good, but $15. This is on par with like the top dogs of like Milestone and stuff like that. This would, like, if this was a Milestone, it'd be a smash hit with you guys. Check this one out. I'm not even playing. I was really excited when I smelled this thing. It's a good date night fragrance. Women could pull this thing off just as easily as a man could. It has enough masculine elements for it to be masculine, but it's not like some, hairy-chested, super masculine kind of fragrance to where a woman can't pull this thing off. It's right down the middle of unisex. So I'm going to try to find more excuses to wear this thing. So if anything changes, if there's like some kind of awesome performance. I can let you guys know. I'm sure that I'm going to feature this in some other list videos of some sort, so by then I can tell you exactly what the performance is. But for now, I'm basing it on a 5-hour performance with an average projection. That's why I say 7.5. It could be an 8 if the performance is, you know, a little above average. If it's a lot above average, it can go more than just an 8, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to be right at the average or a little bit above average in performance. Probably just above average in performance. So again, to recap on this thing, it is a sweet vanilla spicy fragrance. If you like cinnamon, sweet vanilla with a touch of masculinity and tobacco, this thing is definitely going to be for you. I think any age range can enjoy this thing. It's a nighttime, cool weather type of fragrance. Like I said, this is going to be a compliment puller. I guarantee you that. And so yeah, I just wanted to get the word out on this particular fragrance. I haven't even looked up on YouTube to see if there's anything on this one. There could be, but I don't know. So this is a totally unbiased opinion on this without knowing what anybody else is saying about this thing. But for me, personally, this is a gem, and I don't say that a lot about many fragrances, especially the open out-of-the-box ones at the rack stores, but to me, this one is. So if you see it, check it out, spray it, see if it vibes well with your skin chemistry, and don't expect a whole lot of change in the dry down. It might just get a slight bit creamier with the vanilla, the spices toned down just a hair, but it's pretty much 85 to 90% similar from the opening to the extreme dry down, from what I can tell. So that's my final thoughts and basically glorified first impression on MIIM MIIC number 43. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.